Hello, my precious wandering souls. Welcome back to Miles Edgeworth AceAttorney Investigations. So in the last episode, we had a freaking telenovela. So we found out. Well, it's not that we found out. We just confirmed that the victim was Miss Pop's father, and the kidnapped victim was actually part of the kidnappers. So the kidnappers were Lanzamano, the maid girl, Lauren Pops, and the victim. And something happened, and now there's a dead body. So, the last part, Mr. Amano walked up to us with a freaking Bad Badger suit that was found at sea. So, like, we have to examine that thing now. So let's go. It's taking longer than... Okay. Alright, so let's see. The first thing I want to check is this bullet hole. This bullet hole. It looks kind of burnt around the edges. So if there are burn marks, means that the gunshot... Well, the gun was fired, maybe not at point blank, but really close. Wait, those burn marks were left by the gunpowder. This is a most important fact. So, point blank? Why is that? Because it is proof that the victim was shot at point blank range. Okay, we got updated. One of the time shooting gunpowder burns is proof he was shot from point blank. This revolver? Could this gun be the actual murder weapon? Used to kill Deacon, was originally stolen from Gar by victim during escape. So I'm guessing this is the real one, and the one on the costume's hand is the model, right? It doesn't let me... Oh. There's no illusion about this area. Edgeworth, that's the freaking mulligan. I wanted to check. What is that? What's this? It looks like there's something inside the costume head. Hey, they sparkle! I bet they're really valuable. Huh? Sorry, but they're just pieces of a mirror. But why are they in here? Mirror fragments. These were found inside the victim's costume. Why were they there in the first place? Mirror fragments? Oh, that's it? Well, are these not the most definitive pieces of evidence you've ever seen? Thank you, Dad. They should be enough to convince even Mr. Edgeworth over there. Nope. Oh, right. Because the guy is like, no, you can't prove that I am a kidnapper and that I killed the victim. And he's also trying to protect Miss Pops. Decisive evidence. Make no mistake, there are fingerprints on their murderous gun. And they prove that it was Lolly who killed Oliver. This sprite is so funny, it's like peeking. But Oliver was also after Lolly's life. So, Mr. Edgeworth, even you must see that Lolly was only acting in self-defense. The fingerprints on the weapon, huh? Oh no, this isn't helpful at all. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, all I want to do is save Lolly. But in the end, all I can do is watch on as she takes the punishment for her crimes. That may be all you can do. However, I still have a case to solve and a job to do. The job of unraveling your insidious lie. You wound me. Why would you believe me, even in the face of all this evidence? Make a mistake. Their fingerprints on their murderer's gun.
Hold it!
Those fingerprints. Are you sure they belong to Miss Pops? There's no mistake about it. Through my connections, I had the best forensic techniques money can buy performed. Can we trust those forensic techniques? Though, I find that will be a bit peculiar. What? Are you trying to pick an argument with me? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Yeah? Frankly, I don't believe that Miss Pops' prints would be on that gun to begin with. And the reason why Miss Pops' prints should not be on the gun is... Oh, right, the head, of course. Wait, do I have another? No, it's... Okay, it's definitely this thing.
Take that!
It's simply not possible for Miss Pops to have left any prints on the murder weapon. Because while she was at the stadium, Miss Pops was wearing a costume. Exactly. Huh? But there's been no mistake. We found fingerprints. Well, Miss Pops, do you remember touching the gun at all at any time? Yes. As a matter of fact, I did hold it for a bit back in the hideout. I handed it off to Mr. Deacon when he and Lance left for the haunted house. To retrieve the ransom money, I suppose. And there you have it. That is when Miss Pops' prints found their way onto the gun. I'm getting the feeling this guy, like, now that... I'm getting the feeling that Lance is trying just to save his butt, while not really caring for, his girlfriend. Do you understand now, Mr. Amano? The fingerprints do nothing to prove that Miss Pops is the murderer. But you still don't have anything to prove that she isn't the killer, right? Dude, what happened with trying to protect her? You seem very adamant about insisting that your girlfriend is a cold-blooded killer. Oh, Lance! What? No way! I'm incredibly worried about her. Or incredibly worried about not getting arrested. But that doesn't change the fact that you don't have any evidence, right? That's where you're wrong. I have the evidence. What? How? The story that Miss Pops killed the victim at the stage in the stadium. The whole affair is simply not true, because that was not the real crime, but a setup. This proves that the real murder was not committed at the stadium at all. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's because of the point-blank gunshot. Because if we know that, well, from the angle at least, it makes no sense. But I'm not sure if it's this. I'm a little bit sleepy, so my brain is not braining at full capacity right now. But I think it's this one.
Take that!
Yeah, it was that one. Let us take another good look at the costume the victim was wearing. Then I believe you will see why I insist he was not shot at the stadium. This is the part of the costume that proves it. The bullet hole, right?
Take that!
The burn around this bullet hole was made when the victim was shot at point-blank range. so then you mean the murder Miss Olbach saw at the stadium really was not the actual murder? In true Miss Olbach fashion, I guess. Yes, she saw two people, but they were separated by a distance. If the victim was indeed shot from below the stage, there shouldn't be a gunpowder burn. But there is, so makes no sense. Ah! Heh, look at you, Mr. Smartypants prosecutor. Since you seem to know all the answers, why not tell us where the real crime scene is then? Okay. Lance set me up to look like Mr. Deacon back at the hideout. If that's the case, then the murder must have happened prior to that. And the location where Lance and the victim were at just before I was imprisoned was... Aha! I've got it. I know the real scene of the murder. It's a haunted house. I'm not sure if you saw it, but there was a very suspiciously broken mirror there. The real location in which Mr. Deacon was killed is here. The haunted house.
Take that!
I think it's not unreasonable to assume the murder took place in the haunted house. The haunted house? You see? Yes, and I have proof that it's highly likely that the victim was killed there. What proves that the real scene of the crime was a haunted house? Well, we have some mirror fragments.
Take that!
Yippee! These were inside the costume the victim was wearing. They're fragments of a mirror. At first I thought it was nothing, but it makes sense for it to be in the haunted house. Oh, sorry, I thought it was K. A mirror, and what does that have to do with anything? Indeed, you don't exactly expect to find pieces of a mirror inside a costume. Yeah, that's actually pretty dangerous. However, there is one place I can think of where there is a plethora of mirror fragments. And that is the haunted house. Lance Amano, I propose that you killed Mr. Deacon with a revolver in the haunted house. After that, you stole the Blue Badger mobile to move his body to the Wild West area. The timing of when the Blue Badger mobile was stolen confirms this as fact. No reaction? Miles, my boy, say no more. I'm sorry, Mr. Amano, but I cannot do that. What? Be quiet. Yes, please do something. Stop that boy from speaking any more nonsense. Ernest Amano, correct? I meant you. Now be quiet, Gramps. How dare you? I don't need words. The only thing I require is evidence. Decisive evidence. And to call these mirror bits decisive is a bit too presumptuous, Mr. Prosecutor. What? Shina, wasn't there a mirror in the kidnapper's hideout? Yes, there was a mirror there. I still don't know what voice to give this girl. She doesn't speak a lot. A mirror that's for the haunted house. You see, isn't it possible the fragments got into the costume there? But Agent Lam, there were no fragments on the floor, so the probability is very low. Probability? Langsy says, on Truthspad, the word probability does not exist. The only thing that does is definitive proof. The question, Mr. Prosecutor, is, do you have the definitive proof you need? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you? Do I have solid evidence that proves the murder took place at the haunted house? The answer is no. See, so since you don't have any, shut up! I don't have the evidence yet, but I'm certain the murder occurred around the time I turned the ransom over. At that time, the only people at the haunted house beside myself were Lance and Mr. Deacon. If I can prove that the murder took place at Haunted House, then I can prove Lance's guilt in connection to the murder.
What now, Mr. Edgeworth?
Agent Lang, I have a special request.
Yeah?
I'd like to prove to you that the scene of the crime was indeed the haunted house.
Why in the world are you asking the werewolf for permission?
Because I don't really have a choice if I want to find the truth.
Alright, permission granted, but you're not to touch a single thing, got it?
That won't be a problem. All that's important to me is that the truth be brought to light. It doesn't matter by who or how it's done, as long as it is.
Tch! Sina? I'm here.
Put in the paperwork for the authorization immediately.
Understood. I'll go get the Gatewire group's approval.
Hold it, who was it?
Who was that?
Now, let's hold on for a second. There is no need to obtain approval. What are you on about now? Mr. Amano? Agent Lang, if you would please take a look at this.
What is this? Shinna? It's the deed to the haunted house.
What? The deed?
What?
Read it out loud.
Gatewire Land, Inc. hereby bequeaths the property known as the haunted house to Mr. Amano for the lump sum of 1 million, paid full in cash.
What? As you can see, I am now the legal owner of the haunted house. What are you trying to do?
Are you kidding? When did you...
I ran into the owner of the park earlier and we made the deal almost immediately. How quickly things move when you can prepare $1 million in the blink of an eye. That's 1 million. That 1 million you paid. Don't tell me it was... Oh, that's right. This disgusting... I feel bad for Mr. Nato. This disgusting suitcase belongs to you, doesn't it? I don't have any more use for it, so you may have it back now. No, I insist. Keep it, please. You used the ransom money. My Lance is a good boy. He even apologized for the kidnapping a bit earlier. That doesn't negate the fact that he staged the kidnapping. So I do believe that I will forgive him. After all, he did return the ransom money. That's the way things are, so if you would please discuss things with me from now on. Discuss? What is there to discuss? Why, permission to enter the haunted house, of course. Oh, you little... While we were busy listening to Lance's story, Mr. Amano was out there preempting us. That little sucker. Permission to search the haunted house is denied. End of discussion. Agent Lang, I want you to arrest that girl. And Miles, you should hurry on home now, my boy, before I really lose my temper. Mr. Amano definitely has the deck stacked in his favor here. What should I do? If I leave it like this, the truth will be lost forever. Oh, that was fast. It's only been 20 minutes. I'll continue. This was short. I don't know how much of this episode is left, but I'll continue because it hasn't been even 20 minutes yet. Alright, March 13th, 4:27 p.m. Gatewire Land, main gate. If I can't get permission to investigate the crime scene, then the truth will be lost. Hold it.
Hold it! Hold it! Hold it!
Okay.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing spacing out? Have you forgotten? There's only one thing you should do at a time like this.
Oh, this is giving me Mia's vibe. Like, the only time you can a lawyer can cry is when it's all over or something like that. And what is that?
When the people are in a bind, the hero of justice appears to save the day. Look, you just leave it to me. For I am Kei Faraday, the second of the great Yatagarasu.
But I thought you were a thief, not a hero.
The Yatagarasu is noble, and it's always a thief of justice.
That's... of course.
Ah, smart girl. If we have enough information, I can recreate the inside of the haunted house with this. Plus, if we then factor in everyone's testimony, you can recreate exactly what happened when I dropped off the...
Oh, that was Edgeworth. I wasn't paying attention. You can recreate exactly what happened when I dropped off the ransom money. We may be able to figure out some new information through this. It's worth a try. Agent Lang?
Ah, so you want to use your little toy? Be my guest. Okay, hang on. You're all about to witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood.
Detective Gumshoe. Is there a copy of the haunted house blueprints, house's blueprint among the police's reference documents? Yes, sir. We got it just in case we need it for the kidnapping case.
All right, I'll input the haunted house data then.
Oh, my throat. I didn't warm up for Gumshoe's voice. What is this? Where are we? It's like we're inside the haunted house. Even if we can inspect the real location itself, the path to the truth slumbers here. If I can successfully navigate my way using logic, I'll ultimately arrive at the truth. Now then, I believe I'm ready to investigate the crime scene.
Okay, what should I recreate first?
You haven't figured it out yet.
Maybe I have, and maybe I haven't, but I'm going to make you do all the hard work.
Very well. I'd like to inspect the moment in which I was ambushed by my abductor. The two of them were definitely in this place at that time. If I can verify that, it may provide me with a new lead. I had just come out into the hallway after leaving the money inside the dining room. At that time, I saw a badger slumped over on the floor at the end of the hall.
Eh? What was a badger doing all the way down there?
I also thought it strange. However, I thought that maybe it was simply a mannequin that was set for atmosphere. Because it's a haunted house, and the blue badger is a horrifying creature of hell.
Do you know which badger it was?
I don't think Edgeworth knows, but I'm pretty sure it was Proto Badger. No, it was too dark to tell. All I saw was its silhouette.
In that case, I guess I just program a badger silhouette in for now. Okay, programming complete.
Then I started walking towards the exit.
And that's where you were struck from behind, right?
Yes.
But that's odd. The hallway is a dead end. Where did your assailant come from?
There is only one location I can think of. I believe my assailant was lying in wait here. Here, right?
Take that!
That doll I saw wasn't really a doll. It was, in fact, a costumed kidnapper.
Oh, so he used the costume as the perfect camouflage to blend in with the rest of the house.
Precisely. He waited until I had made the drop-off and was about to leave. Then, just as he saw me take a step towards the exit, he stood and launched his attack. I can think of no better hiding place than this.
Hey, not bad. I'm beginning to think I should steal this tactic for myself.
Just don't use it to do anything criminal, okay? They have such a Phoenix Maya dynamic. Then the thing walks up to me and... Well, Lance?
What are you asking me for?
As one of the kidnappers, I figured I should give you the chance to confess first.
I was one of the kidnappers, but I don't know anything. I did come up to the haunted house, but I never set foot inside. I left Oliver in charge of picking up the ransom money.
The freaking wind. He didn't set foot inside. Is he telling the truth? Or is this another lie? Alright then. Alright. Then you're claiming that it was Mr. Deacon who assaulted me.
Yes, I'm sure it was him. Okay, inputting the new info now. Mr. Deacon was the Bad Badger, right?
But the one who attacked Edgeworth was not the Bad Badger.
Since the Bad Badger has a gun attached to its right hand, I'll have to change it so the weapon is in its left hand.
Now to verify the facts of this recreation.
But it wasn't the Bad Badger, it was
the Proto Badger, right? Okay, let's check. It's a replica of myself.
You were totally oblivious to what was behind you, huh?
Yes, I suppose I am also to blame for what happened to me. It was incredibly dark, which was all the more reason I should have been more alert. I vow to never be caught by surprise again. Yeah, that vow is not going to last. This thing. You didn't recreate the weapon.
Well, I can't exactly recreate something I know nothing about. So tell me, what were you hit with?
The attack came from behind, so I have no idea. But I thought it was someone's bare hands. What was the thing that the badger was using? I don't remember. Wait, wasn't it a sword? I don't remember.
Okay, then where were you hit?
I was hit on the right side of my head, just above my temple. There was a bit of blood, but it wasn't anything serious.
Ow, sounds painful.
Why are you smirking like that when you say it?
It's just your imagination. Now, let's see. I wonder if there's anything in the hallway that could have been used as a weapon.
There is something there.
I'm looking for something the culprit could have used to hit you with.
Oh, I thought that I would have to point out something in the picture, but the sword?
Take that!
I have it. There was indeed once such object lying there in this hallway. Here in this hallway, sorry. A prop sword.
Are you talking about this thing here?
Yes, although we did find it at the kidnapper's hideout. Wait, yes, it's possible that the culprit took it with him after using it on me. To leave no evidence
Behind, right?
Correct. It may be worth a more thorough examination yet.
Okay, so what test do you want to run on this sword?
Prince wouldn't make any sense because the person who attacked Edgeworth was wearing a costume. there will be no prints. But Edgeworth said something about blood. So maybe if we test it with luminol, maybe we will get more results. The culprit was wearing a costume at the time, so a fingerprint analysis is useless. Let's run a luminol test. It's possible that some of my blood found its way onto this. Agent Lang, may I ask your cooperation in this matter? Huh, like I have a choice. Shinna, call the lab boys.
Understood.
Aha! Except for a dab on the left side, it would appear that the blade is spotless.
So it must have been the left side of the prop sword that hit you then, right?
Oh, updated. Culprit hit me in the right temple area with this. Okay.
Okay, I'll update the recreation with this new piece of info.
Hold on. I see a contradiction because this, right?
And in the next instant, this badger will swing his left arm, complete with weapon in hand.
Yes, to club me with the left side of the prop sword. But if Edgeworth's right temple, like if the badger hit Edgeworth in his right temple, it makes no sense that he would hit with its left hand.
Shall I recreate the moment of impact? I want to see the pain expression on your face.
It's just fine the way it is. Wait, maybe not. Is it just my imagination or is something not quite right? Yeah. This is a problem. Is the spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yeah? Yeah, it's a sword.
Eureka!
Finally, I found a clear contradiction of facts about the sword. Except for a bit on the left side, this prop sword is absolutely spotless. However, if the culprit had used his left hand, then the blood would be on the opposite side. Exactly.
The opposite side? Huh?
If the culprit held the sword in his left hand, then the sword's right side would hit.
I see, but the blood was on the left side of the sword, right? Which means that he used his right hand to hit you.
Exactly. This prop sword has a large hand guard attached to the hilt. It would be impossible to hold it with two hands while wearing a costume with such big hands. Therefore, if it couldn't be the left hand or both hands, it must have been the right.
I'll change the data to reflect a right-hander swing.
Not yet, Kay. There's no sense in changing anything yet. If you change the parameters to the right hand, it'll only create a new contradiction. Oh, the gun! Changing the prop sword to be in the culprit's right hand would conflict with the model gun. No, this is not a model gun. This is a model gun.
Take that!
The Bad Badger already holds a gun in his right hand, so he can hold a sword in addition. So it was not the Bad Badger.
Hey, that's right! Then what now? If it wasn't in his left or in his right hand...
It means that the one who struck me could not have been the Bad Badger. Are you paying attention, Lance? Mr. Deacon could not have been the one who struck me, which leaves only you as our primary suspect.
Fine, it was me, I hit you.
It appears that you lied to me yet again, but see how quickly they catch up to you, Lance.
Wait, isn't Lance left-handed?
Ah, yes, but that's what makes this deception all the more interesting. He used his right hand to make it look like Mr. Deacon had been the one to strike me.
Ah.
For you see, firing a gun with one's non-dominant hand is difficult. But that level of dexterity isn't required to swing a prop sword.
Ah!
Okay, please input this new data. The one who hit me from behind was Lance. Or should I say, the proto-badger. Finally!
You got it! Here I go!
Yeah, that's exactly what we saw. Now, we have a faithful recreation of the situation around the attack on me.
Alright, all we have to do is examine this new recreation and...
Well... And what exactly is so funny, Agent Lang?
That amusing little gadget. It sure packs a punch, right, Shinna? Yes, it was all I could do to hold my lover in. Hey, don't make fun of little thief, you mean old werewolf. He and Mr. Edgeworth bring out the best in each other.
You've had your little fun, but now it's my turn. I've sat quietly by, listening. But the cruel conclusion of you two keep spewing down whet this wolf's appetite. There's no guarantee that your toy will always show the real situation at any given time. All it displays is whatever information you put in there, right?
Well, when you put it that way...
Your suppositions are wrong. It's not your fault, so I'm going to let you in on this. There is a trick to this haunted house.
Eh?
And what may that be exactly?
A trick beyond what your tiny imaginations can produce. Shinna? Here you are.
Now then, what you missed, girlie?
It's written right here in this pamphlet.
The 7 Wonders of the Haunted House, the Disappearing Badger.
What is this?
I'd say that someone around here is fond of theatrics. And as you can see, they set a doll down at the end of this hallway for that purpose. Basically, the blue badger you saw was just a stupid doll. Hold on. Where is the thing? How can this be? Guess that throws your whole theory about it being your attacker right out the window.
Gah! But that can be right. Maybe the culprit hit the doll somewhere. And then he lay down and pretended to be it instead.
If the criminal couldn't even hide himself in the hallway, how could he hide a giant doll?
Huh.
Do you get it now? Thanks to your presumptions. Your logic started off weak and led you to the completely wrong conclusion. Oh, speaking of logic, do I have anything in logic?
Duh.
Now get off your high horse.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Okay, I wonder if you could please input the new information for me.
You don't know when to quit, do you?
Nope. I can't quit, not until I can declare that I found the truth. Agent Lang, for the additional information, you have my thanks.
Che, there you go again. Well, see if I care. Okay, I'm updating the recreation now.
And the others are just standing by like, Oh, we'll just let them do their thing.
That looks really weird. Look at how it changes from the blue badger into the proto badger all of a sudden.
If the slumped over badger was just a doll, where was my attacker hiding?
Well, that's what we're going to find out, right? So come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go.
Yes, let's. This recreation can't be right, which means there must be a contradiction somewhere. Contradiction. Uh-huh. I'm not sure. Maybe let's check this.
When you take a look around, it almost feels more like a house of mirrors.
Indeed, who has ever heard of this many mirrors inside of a haunted house before?
Well, at least we know this is the real crime scene thanks to these mirror shards.
Oh! We got logic! Like a mirror house haunted house hybrid, this place is full of mirrors.
Hey, wait! These shards, there's something different about them.
Oh?
The ones we found earlier are thicker than the shards from these mirrors on this wall. And look, there's some sort of design on the back too.
The pieces from that costume are certainly different from the other mirrors. What does this mean? Could it be there are pieces and not pieces of this mirror? Huh. Mirror fragments different from the mirrors on the wall, very thick and had a design on the back. This thing is so creepy. Maybe it's a belt? This blue badger is just a doll for use in this haunted house. I bet the one who killed this
blue badger was the bad badger, right? According to the blue badger
that was Edgeworth. According to the Blue Badger Bible, it says that they are each other's worst enemy.
Oh, because one's an ally of justice and the other's a vile criminal with a gun.
Perhaps they were just destined to battle each other. Much like the Steel Samurai in the Evil Magistrate. The brain rot. Maybe the problem is the belt? I suppose? Maybe this? With the Blue Badger Bible?
Eureka!
Oh, okay. Hold on a second here. There is something wrong with this Blue Badger.
Huh? Like what?
Yeah, because if I check this thing... Yeah.
Huh? Like what?
The way the belt is on him is opposite of how it should be. Did you make a mistake?
That can be. I inputted the image data exactly as it is in the pamphlet.
So then, why is the Blue Badger dressed up in reverse?
Blue Badger in reverse. The Blue Badger in the pamphlet is wearing his belt in the reverse direction.
Maybe... Can I check logic? They're the only two pieces of logic I have, so... Might as well try. Oh, okay. Okay, do you remember what you said earlier?
What I said earlier about what?
About how this building might as well have been a house of mirrors.
A house of mirrors? Oh, that would explain the reversed or mirror image.
Yes, this blue badger might be nothing more than the reflected image of a real one.
Then was the blue badger you saw just a reflection?
When I looked down this hole, I thought it was perfectly straight. However, if there was a mirror...
Oh, the mirror, it would actually form an L shape, right?
Precisely, I was deceived. The hallway was almost pitch black, and there was a beam in the way that obstructed my view of the other hallway.
Wait, but why build this place like that? It sounds pretty pointless to me.
Okay, this house is just another attraction at an amusement park. They created a mirror wall for a very specific purpose, one I can point out to you. This was the reason they built a mirror wall.
Take that!
As it's written on the pamphlet, the main draw of this attraction is the mystery of the disappearing badger.
You mean they built the mirror for that trick alone? But you said you saw the badger, so it was definitely still there.
That was true, at the time, however. Doing this allows someone to make the blue badger disappear in a flash. Move the mirror wall, move the blue badger, dim the lamps. Move the mirror wall. To remove a reflected image, simply move the mirror. First, the mirror was constructed so that it could be moved. Then, beyond where the mirror was, an empty hallway had to be created.
Oh, so when they wanted people to see the blue badger, they would open the mirror.
And when they wanted to hide it, they simply had to close it again. This explains why the other side of these fragments have a design on them.
And if the pattern is the same as in the other walls in this hallway...
Then, when the mirror is closed, it would blend in with the rest of the walls. This is the mirror trick that this haunted house employs. And this also proves the existence of a hiding place for the culprit.
Huh? How so?
Think about it, Kay. There was a place that was outside of my field of vision. The culprit kept out of sight by hiding here. Here, right? I guess.
Take that!
There was a very large blind spot, one I could not see beyond, and it was here. If my assailant hid on the other side of the movable mirror,
then you wouldn't be able to see him. He didn't even need to do anything to the blue badger though.
Exactly. All he had to do was wait for me on the other side of the mirror.
Wait, hold on. I just thought of something.
Yes?
Well, shouldn't the mirror wall be broken right now in reality?
Since we have a few shards of it, we can probably assume it is. Yes, it's most definitely broken. The question is, when was it broken? Since we found this inside the victim's costume, that would mean that the victim was there when the mirror was broken. Wait, that sound.
Leave the money and go now.
That sound I heard was most definitely the sound of a mirror breaking. Okay, I'd like to input some information.
Don't scare me like that!
Sorry, but I need you to recreate something for me.
Sure, whatever you need. So what do you need anyway?
If you could first recreate this hallway just before I enter the dining room.
You got it.
Now this. I believe this is how it was right before I entered the dining room. Although, at the time, I thought it was but a single straight hallway, and then I went inside. It was around then that I heard the sound of a mirror shattering.
You heard what? Then...
Yes, I believe it was then that the mirror was broken.
Okay, so when you stepped outside into the hallway again...
The mirror wall should no longer exist. Kate, please recreate that.
Got it! Wait, but with the mirror gone, the culprit lost his hiding spot. So where did he go in his proto-badger suit, Mr. Edgeworth?
Huh, that's easy enough. With the mirror gone, he simply hid himself in the branch hallway.
I think this about wraps it up. Looks like we finally solved everything!
No, not yet. An even larger contradiction has now reared its head.
Huh?
Perhaps you did not notice, but this recreation contains a very troubling inconsistency. The inconsistency between what I saw and the recreation lies... It lies... here, right? So... maybe here? I'm not sure I follow. Yeah. Okay, take a good look at the end of the hall.
Oh, there's the blue badger there!
Exactly. The blue badger that I saw in reality is not here. This is the final point to this long chain of logic, the last remaining contradiction.
So let me get this straight. When you came out of the dining room, you saw a badger, right?
And that is precisely where the final contradiction lies. Something that shouldn't exist was there before me. Who or what do you suppose it was? I believe this is the real identity of our mystery badger.
Take that!
The badger I saw was, in actuality, the dead victim's body.
Oh!
What? Agent Lam, the entirety of my complete logic is my final decisive piece of evidence. The murder happened in the hallway of the haunted house at the time of the drop-off. And you can consider the moment I heard the mirror breaking to be the real time of death for Mr. Deacon. No! Maybe it was due to their fighting, or perhaps it was the life-shattering bullet. But no matter what the cause was, the hallway mirror wall was broken.
Ha! You were in the house at the time, right? Are you telling me that you missed the sound of a gunshot?
Objection!
There were a variety of sound effects playing at the time, all for theatrics, I assume. The gunshot must have blended right in.
Aya!
Now then, I'd like you to recall something for me. Who was it that was with the victim in the haunted house?
Oh!
Who was the one who had the opportunity to rob the victim of his gun and use it on him?
Oh!
It was you, Lanzamano. Holy crap.
I'm sorry.
It's not like I had a choice. Oliver turned on me all of a sudden. He snapped and turned violent right after I hung up with you. He shoved me to the ground and strangled me. I fought back as hard as I could, grabbed his gun, and I shot him. The bullet must have went through his body and shattered the mirror. Oh, so that's how the angle was. Okay. Yeah, because, like, in the bodies, like the entry point was on the abdomen and the exit point was the shoulder. So makes sense. If I hadn't taken his gun and shot him first, I would have been the one you found. He's a hardened criminal. He escaped from jail. See, just justifies self-defense. My boy was only trying to protect himself. That remains to be seen, and will have to be resolved in court. Agent Lang, I leave the rest to you. As if you were the one in charge around here. Guys, arrest these two and get them out of my sight. Oh wait, I had nothing to do with the murder. Oh, the only person you should be arresting is Lance. What happened to, trying to protect your kid? The dad? Oh, he fainted. Sorry, but you're not slipping away that easily, Mr. Ernest Amano. You tampered with the evidence so that you could cover for your son. What a great dad you are, willing to risk it all. Truly touching. Oh. By the way, do you know why I'm really here? And how could I possibly know the answer to such an asinine question? You won me. I came all this way from across the sea just to see you, you know? You came to see me? What's that supposed to mean? I have a few things to ask you, Mr. Amano, about a case from 10 years ago. A case from 10 years ago. Oh, what's the name that you use here for that case? Shinna!
It's known as the KG8 incident. KG8 incident.
Doesn't sound familiar. Oh, but apparently he remembers. The KG8 incident. Oh, so you remember it. Good. Then you'll recall that the trigger in that case was the Amano Group scandal. Specifically, the charge of an internal smuggling ring. Smuggling. There's that word again. All the time, the person was arrested as the ringleader. Was Mr. Amano's very own secretary, Mr. Colin Deborah.
Ah, father!
Even though you pushed the crime onto your then secretary, Mr. Deborah, I always suspected that you were involved with the smuggling ring, Mr. Amano. Mr. Deborah was arrested in place of you. Which is why, when he broke out, you hid him from the police, right? You hid him in exchange for his silence on your little dirty secret. No. Please calm down. I honestly have no idea what you're talking about. Pretend to be ignorant all you want. We're taking you down to the prison anyway for a nice long chat. Hold it, who was it? Who the heck was that? Oh, this guy. And the victim, who is not a victim yet. I'll take him down to the prison if you don't mind. And who the heck are you? I'm Jack Sportsman and I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Oh, you little... Oh, Jax, thank goodness you're here. Don't jerk me around. This is an Interpol case, so keep your paws off of my suspect. Sorry, but I can comply. I've got the backing of the prosecutor's office. See, in this country, we prosecutors work with the police to bring cases to court. I hate you so much. So if you could please cooperate with me here, that would be great. Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? Everyone's like, nah, screw you. Sorry, but I hate prosecutors, the whole lot of you. Guys, arrest the two suspects. Sir! Oh, I almost forgot. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, is it? I'd like to thank you. Thank me? Yeah, for working so hard to fulfill my goal.
Hey, is that any way to thank someone? And what the heck is that supposed to mean?
You were so relentless with Lance that you forced Ernest to tamper with the evidence. Thanks to that, I finally had a legitimate reason to arrest him. So how does it feel to bite the hand that fits you? The hand that fits me. I'm not sure I follow. Heh, it's no use pretending with me. You're the one, right? You're the corrupt prosecutor that's working for Mr. Amano and the smuggling ring, right? No, I would never do such a thing. Che, what the heck? Our intel's never wrong. In your prosecutor's office, there's definitely someone working with the ring. Sportsman? Ah, so Agent Lang suspected my relation to Mr. Amano. That must be the real reason behind his antagonistic attitude. On top of that, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? Ah, he's never living it down. There were non-stop rumors flying around about forged evidence with that guy. You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors, too, are you? The courtroom is a place where the truth is revealed. Well, don't worry, it's not only you. The whole lot of you can't be trusted. A prosecutor who never lost in 40 years? Every defendant must be found guilty. Fueled by that kind of thinking, is it any wonder that courts produce nothing but falsities and lies? It would seem that his disdain extends beyond just me. Prosecutors, the courts, why is this man so angry with us all? Rest assured, the next time we meet, I won't be so forgiving. So don't you forget it. Please wait. Agent Shinna, no sé cómo pronunciar. Why does Agent Lang hate all prosecutors so?
Lang is the head of the long-honored House of Lang in Senfa. The heads of all police-related divisions in that country were of Lang blood.
Where? What do you mean by that? Aren't they still?
They were revered, but that was long ago. They don't hold that sort of sway anymore. And it was all because of the courts.
Oh, I see. How can that be?
A prosecutor once withheld and tampered with the evidence one of the Lang detectives found. That evidence purity was tarnished and cost the Lang family its honor and trust.
But not all prosecutors are like that.
Even so, Lang will never respect the court again, or any prosecutor.
So Agent Lang is a man who hates all courts and is unwilling to forgive prosecutors.
Man, what a piece of work that guy is. Come on, Jim, we better catch up.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what voice to give. The victim from case 1. We still got to deliver that thing to the old man after all. Detective Gumshoe, I believe it's time we wrapped up and headed out ourselves.
Yeah, are you going home, Mr. Edgeworth?
No, I've done nothing but be entangled in one mess after another since my return. If it's alright with you, can you drop me off at my office?
No problem, sir.
Excuse me?
Yes, what is it?
Thank you very much.
Oh, it's okay, nothing to thank me, pal. Just doing my job as a detective.
I guess I was fooled pretty badly by Lance. Oh, cruel fate, what's a woman to do when she's been hurt by the one she loves? And to think I never realized my father was right there. I never said anything to him. I knew it, I'm a failure. Ah, there she goes again, talking to herself.
Miss Pops,
I wonder if you know why your father participated in the kidnapping.
No, I have no idea.
Your father died while he was trying to stop Lance. Which means that from the beginning, he had no interest in the staged self-abduction.
Wait, then why did he...
I believe it was because of your presence, Miss Pops.
Me?
Lance realized that the two of you were related, which is why he used you as a hostage to coerce Mr. Deborah into cooperating.
Father!
As a felon, he could not tell you of his real relation to you. However, as the Amano family butler, at the very least he was able to watch over you. It was all he could do, but that was the shape of his overflowing love for you.
Aww! Oh, that's so cute!
Go on, speak your mind.
That is... Thank you very much.
You're welcome, although there is no need to thank me.
No, Lauren, stop! I mean, this man's so much older than you! What's the age difference here? I mean, I still ship Edgeworth with Phoenix, of course, but how... Okay, Edgeworth is 26, I think, in this game. So, how old are you? Oh yeah, well, I mean, how much that? It's pretty much the age difference between Maya and Phoenix. So, another little sister acquired, I guess. Looks like you've completely stolen her away, Mr. Edgeworth.
Way to go, sir!
Your technique is way beyond the level of a great thief.
What are you going on about now?
Yes, he doesn't even realize. Wow, your deducing skill may be sound, but you have no street smarts.
That's Mr. Edgeworth for you.
Yeah, I mean, he still hasn't figured out who I am at all.
Oh?
If you haven't remembered it all in all this time, I guess I'm just going to have to say it. This isn't the first time we've met, you know.
What do you mean, pal? Mr. Edgeworth, how do you know this girl?
Huh, looks like you totally forgot me too, Gumby.
Gumby?
Here, maybe this will jog your memories. I promise I'd return this to you one day, remember?
That single piece of cloth took me back far into my past. To that fateful day 7 years ago when I first met the then child Kay and Detective Cupshoe.
Oh, we get to see the first time they work together! Oh! The end! No, I am interested. I want to play that chapter now. Hey, I got an achievement. Alright, so I'm gonna stop recording. I feel bad for Miss Pops. Like, telenovela aside, that was really sad. That was so depressing. And screw both Amanos. Seriously. Those guys suck. Alright, so I'll stop recording now. I hope you liked it. If you did, maybe consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye!